G'day guys, goeiedag, my name is Wildkard. Thank you for the privilege to entertain you. Today is a monumental day. Today is not a day for celebrations. No. We have to pay respect. We have to pay respect for the death of the greatest rugby team in the history of the world. Rest in peace, All Blacks. Rest in peace. That jersey over there is the first professional jersey I ever owned as a child. It's an All Black jersey. I never thought in my life I would see the All Blacks in such a state. Okay? Honestly, I have never seen a more embarrassing performance by the All Blacks ever. And this has both to do with the Springboks being exceptionally good. Like, this is a world champion, World Cup final winning performance from the Springboks. Whereas the All Blacks, this was an absolute train wreck embarrassment. An absolute embarrassment. I don't know what else to say. The thing that makes it so disappointing and so embarrassing about the All Blacks is the fact that the Springboks did exactly. Everybody in the world knew exactly what the Springboks was going to do. They're going to dominate the scrummaging. They're going to try to do some line-outs. And they're going to play the kicking game. And the All Blacks went out there. Looked like they had no idea what was going to come. The kicking game was atrocious by the All Blacks. It was almost like the Springboks put up a high ball. And it was almost like the All Blacks didn't know what was going to happen. Oh my God, there's another high ball coming. What are we going to do? And it was like hilarious watching All Blacks players bumping into each other. Bumping into their own players. Trying to catch the high ball. So that's the thing. It's almost like they didn't expect this. And then the scrummaging. Everybody knew the scrummaging was gonna be an issue. Okay? The All Blacks, credit to them, they did work on the scrummaging. I noticed that they have improved the technique. And on the Springboks likes to have a lot of space on the engagement. If you watch the Springboks play against the Northerners, they like to have a bit of a space and get that bit of a hit on the engagement. And the All Blacks actually managed that space really, really well, not allowing the Springboks getting that bit of a punch in the initial engagement. So the engagement itself was pretty gentle. But still got dominated. Still got dominated in the scrummaging. The more defense was better from the All Blacks for the first half, and then second half it just completely fell apart. Like there was one more by the Springboks where they just literally running. They're literally running the ball. The Maul was running down the field. Okay, have you ever seen a Maul running down the field? Me neither. Like it was literally sprinting down the field. The Springbok Maul was literally sprinting down the field. I have not seen that before either. I didn't know a Maul can run that fast. Okay? And like it baffles me how like it was just comical. It was comical at one point. The All Blacks was dropping the ball. Okay, we knew they were gonna drop ball. We saw that from the Irish game, right? What do you call it? The line out was not straight. Yeah, Dan Cole comes on the field, line out not straight. The way too many stupid passes. There was just unforced errors everywhere by the All Blacks. They were like the All Blacks were like offside, right? And what's his name? Angus Gardner was literally like, I don't want to give you a penalty. Don't move. Just stand there. Don't move. Stand there. Don't move. And the All Blacks player charges in, and Gardner's like, I just told you 5 times you're offside. Don't move. And he runs in to make a tackle and penalty. Like that's like it was just comical, right? And I kid you not, at halftime, I had to Google to make sure Will Jordan was actually on the field. He did not touch the ball for the entire first half. Yeah, like literally your highest try scorer from Super Rugby, the most talented winger, fullback in the world, okay, potentially best in the world one day, did not touch the ball for the entire first half. And I think he touched the ball once in the set, twice, maybe twice in the second half. I don't know what to say, man. Like, nothing the Springboks did was out of the expectations. But everything the All Blacks try to do, the Springboks managed exceptionally well to counter. The Springboks knew the All Blacks wanted to utilize the space out wide, and the rush defense was spectacular. They just shut down the defense again and again and again, not allowing the All Blacks to go wide. So the All Blacks forced to jam short balls down in the middle of the field, and the Springbok big four pack, Peter Sef du Toit, making an absolute nonsense at the breakdown. Huaga Smith, Malcolm Marx, his 50 test match was tremendous today. Huge running ball, turnovers at the breakdowns. I mean, this guy, he played 40 minutes and he's done more than a player would have done in the entire 80. Okay, he played 45 minutes or something. Okay, he's just absolutely tremendous. Amazing performance. Not a single player in the All Blacks team even close to what Malcolm Marx did this game. Okay, and it was unbelievably good by the Springboks. And the Springboks has always been criticized for just kicking too much, not managing the game, don't have a plan B. This game, this was like just so good from the Springboks. They utilized the full width of the field again and again and again. Just getting the ball out wide to the wingers, using them in Valencia as like an outside center to create space for Alensa. Is it Adensa? Adensa. To set us the ball for Adensa again and again. You can see that's what they're trying to do. Trying to use Valencia as an extra player, like literally as outside center. The way he plays for the Stormers is almost to set up space for Adensa down wide again and again and again and again. And again, the Springboks has found space out wide. Something that we do not expect. Andrew Pollard managed to get much better. Kicking was very... It's the kicking game from the Springboks was very, precise and very clear what they wanted to do. They wanted to put high balls to create chaos if it's around the halfway point, to create chaos on the 22 meter mark. And if they're inside, close to the 22 meter mark, and there's a stalemate, they try to grab a kick the ball behind and put the ball out on the 5 meter mark. It's just perfectly executed. Like, the accuracy from these kicks was surgically accurate. And the All Blacks was again and again was forced to do defensive lineouts 5 meters out on their own try line. Just spectacular work by the Springboks in their kicking. Like, the All Blacks was not even competing. It was just a comical how bad the All Blacks kicking game was in this game. And just a sublime kicking game from the Springboks. We already talked about the scrum dominance with the Springboks. Just unbelievably good. The Springboks also, like, the physicality from the Springboks, much better by the Springboks over the All Blacks as well. When the Springboks carried the ball, every one of them, every forward, looked like they're giving it 110%. Whereas the All Blacks, it's like, they just hardly gets the ball. When they did get the ball, nobody's able to really get over the vantage line. And yeah, like the 4-pack from the All Blacks, not putting in the hard work, not putting the physicality to get over the gang line. It was just embarrassing. What else is there? Let's talk about the Faf de Klerk almost kills himself 43 seconds into the game. The game started, he just bolts around, takes the tackle like immediately, and the next tackle he runs into Caleb Clark, knocks himself out. He knocks himself out by clipping his own head onto Caleb Clark's knee, okay? So he was off the field, and I felt like that was probably a blessing for the Springboks because the kicking game was just clinically good by Hendrickse, who replaced Faf de Klerk. Hendrickse was good. He just tickled the basic boxes last time against Wales, but this game, he just clearly taken the next step up. He's not just like passing the ball to Pollard anymore and doing a couple basic box kicks. He's spotting the space behind and grabber kicking the space, the ball where the space needs to be. And also I've noticed that Damien Willemse is not just also, like I mentioned, he's slotting in as kind of like an outside center in the attacking line, but he's also doing some kicking game as well. So there's another kicking option from the Springbok team that's to be in addition to Pollard and the number 9 in the outside kind of open wide field where Willemse is. So yeah, that just really puts a lot more pressure, a lot more opportunities to get that ball inside the All Blacks 22, in around the 5 meter mark. Exactly what the Springboks wanted to do. Like it was very crisp, very clean. Exactly the Springboks knew what they wanted to do, and they executed to perfection. And finally, he did it. Willie le Roux scored the winning try. The man does it. He's no longer hated in South Africa. He saved himself. Willie le Roux, always entertaining to see him on the field, to be honest. And I almost forgot. Beauden Barrett took a horrendous landing from a high ball. Hendrickse. Alensa goes in, chasing a high ball, takes out Beauden in the air. This was horrific. Beauden landed on his neck and folded onto himself. Man, I for a second there, I thought his career could be ended just there. But he looks okay. He sat up and walked off the field. So Beauden probably not going to be playing next game. I'm sure his neck will be hurt. But yeah, that was horrific. That was quite scary. I thought that was the end of Beauden. Jordie Barrett came off the field. I saw a bit of injury. Heard him look like he hurt his ankle or something. And the commentary was like, yeah, that looked like a blessing in the sky for the All Blacks. With Beauden, because they moved Beauden to 15. Put Richie Mo'unga at 9. Not 9, at 10. And just to give you an idea how embarrassing this was for the All Blacks. They had a game plan of running the ball. And it wasn't working, right? Because the kicking game, because the Springboks rush defense was shutting them out. And you know what the All Blacks started to do? They started playing the kicking game. And not just like, they literally played stupid kicking. Just kicking the ball away because they had no idea what to do. There was one point in the second half where Richie Mo'unga got the ball inside his own 22. Inside his own 22! He put up a high ball. And Springbok just went, thanks for the ball. You haven't won a high ball for the entire game. You're going to put up a high ball from inside your own 22. And a few minutes later, Willie le Roux scores. It was just so embarrassing. It was so embarrassing. And it was comically bad. Like, comically bad. And, yeah. Let's have a look at the stats, okay? So, just to give you an idea, 2 tries to 1 South Africa, 319 run meters. So the New Zealand actually has more run meters, believe it or not. I do know that because of the, obviously, return from the kicking game, but South Africa was leading the territory for the entire game. Like, especially in the first half, the domination for the South African in terms of territory was just over. Like the All Blacks hardly got inside the South African half all the way for like 30 minutes. Hardly stepped the foot inside the South African half. carries, 83 carries for the Springboks, 87 for the New Zealand's. 21 defenders beaten. A lot of this number came from the second half. At halftime, there was 46 carries to 39. Run meters was 181 to 104, 181 for the Springboks, 147 to the All Blacks. So the Springboks was leading run meters at halftime. Like I mentioned, the defenders beaten was I think it was pretty low at halftime. I think there was 7 and 6 at halftime, and then the turnovers conceded at halftime. 7 turnovers conceded for the Springboks, 6 conceded for the All Blacks. Only 6. So the turnovers conceded, as you can see here, let's make this a little bit bigger. The Springboks conceded 7 in the second half, like they did in the first half. But in the second half, the All Blacks conceded 11 turnovers. Double-digit turnovers conceded. Not ideal for half a game of rugby. That is just comical. Like I was saying, it was comical how some of these turnovers, occurred. Tackle count, 55 tackles to 67 at halftime. 7 missed tackles for the Springboks, 4 missed tackles for the All Blacks at halftime. As you can see, the Springboks, when they had a player out in the bin in the second half, All Blacks really starting to find some space, starting to break up the defense a little bit. So by the end of the game, the Springboks had to make 119 tackles, 21 missed tackles. The All Blacks had to make 117 tackles, 8 missed tackles. So the All Blacks actually had a slightly better defense in terms of not missing their tackles. But the key here is the Springboks' ability to go forward with their running. Just physicality. Just go forward with the physicality. They don't care if you make the tackle. They're just going to go forward, get through the advantage line, get in the forward momentum, and just keep pounding you. That's what the Springboks did. We knew that's what they were going to do. And the All Blacks almost did not prepare for this. It was just... So line out... Oh yeah, kicks in play. So this is a key stat as well. At halftime, the Springboks has put 12 kicks up, and the All Blacks had 8. So All Blacks was losing the kicking game already in the halftime. By full time, yeah, you can see the numbers here. The Springboks in the second half managed the kicking game even better. 30 kicks in play for the Springboks, 16 for the All Blacks. So really didn't do more kicking for the All Blacks. And the kicking from the All Blacks was just comically stupid, like I said. High ball outside of your own 22. I have not seen this before. I have never seen this in a professional game. Honestly, I cannot, like, I've seen Noah Lolosio try to do a clearance kick and ends up like straight out in the middle of the field, and I was kind of like a poor, that's because he like unintentionally did a poor kick, and it was straight out in the center of the field. This was intentional. He put up a high bomb from inside his own 22, which landed 5 meters out of his own 22. You tell me what that's going to achieve. Yeah. Oh, and this was during the red card. So they had an extra play on the field. You tell me what's logic in that one, okay? And then absolute embarrassment. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I said. Absolutely embarrassing performance. Embarrassing. Lineouts, both teams have equal lineouts, 14 apiece. 2 lineouts lost for both teams. Like I said, the All Blacks won. One of them was no straight. But the All Blacks was able to disrupt a couple of the lineouts from the Springboks. Bit of I think Bunabi came off the second half. Obviously, first throw, what did not pay out for the Springboks. But overall, I thought lineouts was overall quite even, to be honest. Even Esbeth was able to steal one from the All Blacks as well. So 2 losses apiece. Scrum. This is the comical part. 10 scrums for the Springboks, 4 for the All Blacks, 1 tight head win from the Springboks, and the stat doesn't exist, but like there were so many scrum penalties. There was I can't tell you how many. Out of the 12 penalties conceded by the All Blacks, I reckon at least 3 of them probably was a scrum penalty. There was short arms, and I think there was full arms as well. And yeah, it was quite stupid. Yeah, some of these penalties from the All Blacks was really stupid as well, like just comically stupid, right? So what do you call it? Angus Garner was like, so there was 1 scrum. I think this was the reserves came on the field, so they are like probably not realizing that Angus Garner, because they probably wasn't watching the game, right? You're sitting on the bench, probably on your phone, tweeting about how good it is to be in South Africa, and then they're just like, and then they forgot to watch the game and realizing that Angus Garner is super tight in the line out, in the line outs, and every time there's like a quick closing on the gap in the line out, he's like the team's been penalized. So get this right. I think it was might have been Ethan de Groot, but I wasn't sure who it was, so I don't want to randomly name someone. But one of the All Blacks player, I think, just came off the bench. First line out of the week, right? Not only that, he took up the gap. You know, the referee says, you know, I want a gap, move away, step away from the gap. Not only way he didn't have gap. He also leans over like this, right? He also leans over like this, and he literally had his hand touching the opposition. I'm just like, what are you doing? Have you not seen that Gardner has been penalized and giving short arms for this? And sure enough, Gardner saw this, full-on penalty. I'm like, I couldn't make this up. I could not make this up. This actually happened. And this is a professional team from the All Blacks. Because the players wasn't even watching their own game. I mean, come on, man. Like, I'm watching that on TV, and I'm like, yeah, the referee's hammering the lineouts. Jesus, you better do what he says and open up a gap. And this guy gets on the field, literally links in and touches the opposition, and gets a full-on penalty. I know. That's exactly what I said. Yeah, exactly what I said. So let's have a look at the game overall. Let's get to a quick recap. First up, I would just like to say, the grass is 100% definitely greener in South Africa, right? This has to be the greenest field I have ever seen in my whole freaking life, okay? It was all, if that was CGI'd, please tell me, because that was the greenest grass I have ever seen in my life. And the grass is definitely greener in South Africa, okay? It was perfect. Congratulations, guys. That was perfect. That was beautiful. And also the anthem from the Springboks was belted out from the hearts of every fan on the stadium. And it was emotional. It was like the fans were was literally trying to drown the All Blacks team in the anthem. It was unbelievably good. And the haka happened, and the crowd just drowned out the haka. It was, man, one of the most intimidating thing I've ever seen. Okay, not the haka, the crowd. Okay, and then this game started off just furious pace. Every tackle was cheered. The crowd was so into it. Every tackle was cheered. Everything was cheered. Every time the Springboks touched the ball, the crowd just went crazy, absolutely bananas. And Fat de Klerk, right, the bullet himself, the blonde villain, was feeding off this energy from the crowd. He darts in, tackles somebody, gets up, sees Caleb Clark on the wing, darts in again like a bullet, knocks himself out. 43 seconds into the game. I was like, that's a TKO, boys. That's a TKO. He gets knocked out. He knocks himself out. But yeah, he's okay. He's a tough kid. He's okay. First scrum of the game. I'm going to get his name correctly, okay? Because I've been calling him the wrong name. Trevor Nyakani. Is that even close? It's not Nyakang. It's Nyakani. Whatever, okay? Trevor, the big boy, gets a scrum win. He gets a short on penalty, actually. The whole crowd starts cheering, okay? Scrum, it's almost like the Springboks scored. Everybody starts cheering, okay? And then, anyway, they get a penalty from that scrum right away. So it was pretty much like textbook, exactly what you expect. Big scrums, they kick the ball out, go for line out more. The maul was stopped quite well. I was, wondering if the All Blacks was going to stop the maul, but the maul was stopped quite well by the All Blacks. The Springboks gets the ball out, and basically for the first time for a long time now, the Springboks were able to just get the ball across, utilizing the full width of the field, get the ball to the winger, to Alensa. I think it was Mapimpi down one end, and then Alensa down the other wing. Just really able to spread the ball out wide, just, challenging the space out wide against the New Zealanders. And yeah, we haven't seen this from the Springboks for a very long time, and they look really, really good, really in control. And then that was just, it was really, really good for the first about 5 minutes or so. The Springboks was like based inside the All Blacks half, hard running center field, and then getting the ball out wide to the fast wingers. On the 7th minute, the Springboks put the high ball. Arensat chases this ball. The ball ricochets off Beauden Barrett, gets to Lukangyo He runs down the field, gets tackled, pops the ball back outside. Arensat gets the ball, runs in. Curly Alensa? Yeah, Curly Alensa runs in for the first try of the game. I mean, the whole place was going crazy, and I was like, Beauden Barrett? Isn't he like one of the best fullbacks in the world? Lost the ball to Alensa? I was like, that does not look good. That did not look good for the All Blacks. I was worried. So obviously this was the strategy everyone was expecting, and he just worked like a charm. 7 minutes into the game, gets the first try for the Springboks, and then follow that, the Springboks just firmly controlled the game. The All Blacks hardly could get inside the Springboks half, and then it's like they just kick the ball inside the Springboks half. The Springboks just runs himself back in, punt, and a few phases later, grab the ball behind, forces you to do another 5-meter line out. Like, it was just, really, really, really good strategy by the Springboks. On the 70th minute, Arenza put a huge hit on Beauden Barrett. And Beauden Barrett loses the ball. I was like, ow! Like, Arenza, like, he's half the size, looked like he's half the size of Beauden Barrett. Smashed him. On the 18th minute, the Springboks loses a line out. Finally, the All Blacks start building some faces inside the Springboks half. 18 minutes into the game, right? The building phases looking quite good, looking like they're finally, getting a bit of momentum. I think about 6 phases later, gets turned over the breakdown. Malcolm Marx turns the ball over the breakdown. Yeah, you can say that's because Malcolm Marx is really good. All the All Blacks forwards are really, really, really bad. Whichever one you want to pick. But Marx did play really well. He also has some really hard carries this evening as well. On the 20th minute, Mapimpi claims the high ball from I think it was a Valenza kick. And then Sam Kang gets penalized for trying to turn over the ball over. Like, literally, you lose the high ball, right? Sam Kang makes a tackle, tries to turn the ball over. He falls on his knees, gets penalized right in front. Springboks kicks another 3 points, 10 points to nil, 20 minutes into the game. On the 23rd minute, All Blacks looks like they're out of ideas. They started playing the kicking game. And they started, and this is, and when I saw this, I couldn't believe my eyes. The All Blacks finally have basically, like, this is literally like the second time the All Blacks was literally the second time, maybe the third time, the All Blacks had the ball inside the Springboks half. Okay? Think about this. You finally have an opportunity, one of the few opportunities you had, to get inside the Springboks half. They decided to box kick it away. Yeah. And I saw, and Aaron Smith just like set it up. I was like, please don't freaking kick the ball away. And he kicks the ball away. I like, my jaw hit the ground when I saw this. Despite you losing every high ball, I don't know what you're trying to achieve out of this. On the 25th minute, there was a beautiful play by Beauden Barrett. So I think it was who was it? Valenza. Yeah, Damien Valenza gets the ball. He did a long kick down the field. Almost, this was perfect, right? 50-22, and the ball was literally going to go out 5 meters from the try line, right? This is going to be a 50, 5 meters. So it's not a 50, it's going to be 55 meters. And Beauden Barrett runs up. He swipes the ball back in field. The ball rolls into the end zone, looking really dangerous. Beauden picks up the ball. Damien Valenza is right in front of him to make the tackle in goal. Beauden just went, see you later, Damien. And then Dialende comes up. Damien Dialende. Yeah, two Damiens. The two useless Damiens. Dialende comes up, tries to make a tackle as well. And the Beauden just went, steps in as well. And I was just like, God damn it. It looks so easy. Beauden just runs like 40 meters, offload a few times, right? And it was looking like the All Blacks going to score 100 meters, right? There was some good offloads. And then Akira Ioane gets the ball, right? He's running down the field. He's about to get tackled. He saw Angus Tarver to his right. I think it was Angus Tarver. He throws a forward pass. This was so bad, like comically bad. Like, I'm telling you, like it was so bad. Like Tarver was in perfect position, right? He could have just normal, like you'd not. So it looked like, right? Like Tarver was about, maybe, I would say 7 meters away, 5-7 meters away from Akira Ioane. So all you had to do is do a little pop, right? And Akira literally looked like he was trying to hit somebody that was like 30 meters away. So he did this huge wind up and threw this huge pass, right? Not only that, he didn't get anywhere near Tarver, who was in support. I was 7 meters away from him. The ball went forward, just like 5 meters forward. I kid you not. It just went 5 meters forward, and it was just like, oh, what is going on? After Beauden runs like 40 meters out of their own try line, steps both the Damiens from the Springbok team, and just comically bad, right? So 27th minute, another huge shot by the Springboks, gets a penalty, kicks the ball out for a 15-meter line out, and again, the Springboks just able to pile up pressure on the All Blacks, getting really close, about 5 meters out. Ardie Savea turns over the ball. Finally, somebody steps up, showed a bit of quality there on 27th minute. On the 31st minute, New Zealand gets himself in the front foot, putting some pressure on the Springboks, then knocked the ball on. Yeah, comical. On the 34th minute, the South Africa gets caught offside. And this was a really weird situation as well. So the Springboks had the ball, and Damien Dialende ran in to catch the ball way too early before the ball even was out from their own scrum, and then gets penalised for offside from his own scrum. And this was right in front of the goalpost. So Jordie Barrett pops this one. 3 points. 3 points. Damien Dialende gave the first points the All Blacks scored was 3 points, by like gifted 3 points. The freest of 3 points you could possibly ask for, right? From the Springboks. Offside from the Springboks scrum feed, from their own scrum feed, from your opposition scrum feed, I guess. If you're an All Black fan. 3 points, so they'll take the 3. Excuse me, I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, I'm fine. So huge territorial game by the first half. So finally, just before the end of the first half, just let me got some dust or something in my nose. I've been sick last week, so maybe that's why. So excuse me. And then finally, before the end of the first half, the scrum started looking a bit steadier for the Springboks. A few penalties given away by the Springboks as well. And then the All Blacks was giving a bit of momentum, but not able to really score before halftime. Yeah, just fizzles out. And second half starts. I kid you not. During the halftime break, I went and checked the news and made sure that Will Jordan was on the field. He did not touch the ball at all in the first half. I was like, what the hell? Caleb Clark, if Caleb Clark didn't knock out Faf de Klerk 40 seconds into the first half, he didn't touch the ball either. So yeah, both of the wingers didn't touch the ball for the All Blacks in the first half. Oh, yeah, no, he did touch the ball. Caleb Clark touched the ball once, right? Second half starts, 42nd minute. It took 2 minutes into the second half for Will Jordan to touch the ball. First time for the entire game. And he gets the ball in the wing. He tries to kick the ball downfield. And he went out on the full. Yeah. And then, I'm not sure why, if this is true, but I'm pretty sure the commentator at this point, because I put it on my note, called Sam Whitecock. I swear to God he called him Whitecock. I'm going to go back and watch the replay a bit later. I swear to God, on the 43rd minute, you can go check this, 43rd minute, he called Sam Whitecock. I swear that's what he said. I'll put a video if it's true. I'll have a look at it. On the 43rd minute, there was a high ball to the All Blacks from the Springboks to the All Blacks, and the All Blacks blocks themselves. Yeah, 2 All Blacks players blocked each other from catching this high ball, and the Springboks turns the ball over. Comical. The Springboks still lose the ball a bit later at the breakdown, and the Springboks is starting to do these grubber kicks behind the All Blacks, putting the All Blacks down in their own half. On the 45th minute, the All Blacks gets a line out just outside their own 22. They started running the ball out of their own half. The ball goes to Adi Savia at center. Short inside ball to Will Jordan. And bam! He's through the gap. I was like, he's gone! Look like he's gone. Jasper Visa ankle tap swing. Oh, that was so close. Looked like he was gone. That was the one moment, I guess second moment. The first moment for the entire game looked like the All Blacks could have scored, despite the fact that he was still 50 meters out from the try line. 46th minute, Springboks line out. They run away with the ball. Okay, yeah. They had a line out at halfway, and they literally sprinted down the field. The Maul literally sprinted down the field. This is how bad the All Blacks defense was. The Springboks was literally running down the field in a Maul. Okay, I've never seen the Maul run this fast in my whole life. 48th minute, Beauden Barrett, deliberate knock on. Gardner says, completely legitimate attempt to catch the ball, just a knock on. That should have been a penalty at least, man. Maybe not a yellow card. It should have been a penalty. Yeah. Perfect position to catch when the ball gets knocked forward like 20 meters in front of him. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, definitely was able to catch that. Sure, Gardner, sure. On the 49th minute, another Springbok gets another penalty, kicks another 3, and 16 points to 3 at this point. I think on the 50th minute, the ball so following the 3 points, the All Blacks kick off, right? Caleb Clark bolts in, catches the ball, gets the ball back to the All Blacks. The Springbok turns the ball over immediately. Comical. Jordy Barrett looks like he's hurt, or maybe he doesn't want to play anymore. Maybe he just doesn't want to play in the fullback anymore. It looks like he's holding his shin, gets taken off the field. And the commentary says this could be a blessing in the sky for the Springboks, for the All Blacks. 52 minutes. Oh, gee, this is 38 minutes. I'm going to finish this now. 52 minutes. New Zealand gets a penalty. Malcolm Marx turns over the ball at the breakdown. The New Zealand gets penalized. Malcolm Marx turns the ball over at the breakdown. 54 minutes. Springboks, 50 meters line out. Malcolm Marx just goes off the field. Bunabi comes on. A little bit shaky. The All Blacks steals the ball. Havili almost looked like he kicks the 50-22, but because the line out was pad the ball back from inside the Springbok half, not a 50-22, but otherwise this was a perfect kick by Havili. And this is a bit where the Springboks do a 5-meter line out, right? And the referee, Gardner, was screaming at one of the All Blacks players, don't go in, you're offside. Don't go in, make the tackle, you're offside. He runs in anyway. I don't know who it was, runs in anyway. One of the All Blacks gets penalized. Diffuse, free exit for the Springboks. 58th minute, Scott Barrett goes for a charge down, offside. 68th minute, the Springboks line out. All Blacks literally, like I said, the Gardner asked for a gap. Not only didn't give the gap, he literally was touching the Springbok player and then gets penalized. Yeah. On the 61st minute, Eben Etzebeth steals the All Black line out. This was a bit unfortunate. He steals the All Black line out, outside of their own half, their own 22. So this was a really good steal and a really important steal as well. But the ball went back so far into the Springboks 22, it went into the dead ball line. Ardenza gets the ball, kicks the ball out on the full, and yeah, the All Blacks gets the line out inside the Springboks 22 because he kicked the ball out on the full, and the ball was carried back from the 22. So this was a bit unfortunate. And then the line out goes in. One face that Stan Coles runs the ball and knocks the ball on. Yeah, comical. 68th minute, the Springboks. What happened here? Yeah, 64th minute. 64th minute, All Black gets another scrum. Just inside the Springboks half. Not straight. Yeah, comical. The fact that Arendse was able to steal the ball again and again and again under the high ball. The fact that anyway, I don't even want to talk about that. It's just like comical how efficient Arendse is at stealing the high ball from players like Jordie Barrett and Beauden Barrett, who's like a foot taller than him. I just like comical how this is happening the whole game. 71st minute, Lukanyo Arm makes a tackle on Beauden Barrett. Jackals support a breakdown immediately, gets a penalty. Pollard takes another 3, 19 points to the 3. Like, just how, like, have you ever seen, here's why you know Rieko Ioane and Jordie Barrett cannot play center. Because, have you ever seen Rieko Ioane turn over the ball at the breakdown? Have you ever seen Jordie Barrett win a turnover? No. Lukanyo Arm turns the ball over here, something that every center needs to be able to do. And for Jordie Barrett and what's his name? Rieko Ioane, neither of the players knows how to do that. And for some reason, they're both being considered outside center for the All Blacks. Anyway, 73rd minute. Yeah, Richie Mo'unga gets the ball, puts up a high ball from inside his own 22, landed outside his own 22. I have no idea what this was trying to do. The Springbok says, thanks very much. We'll take it. We'll take that. And then the Springboks says, we'll do the same thing, return. They put up a high ball from outside the All Blacks 22 into the it's from outside the All Blacks into basically the reverse. A high ball into the All Blacks 22. Arendse chases this, jumps up. Beauden jumps out in the air. He takes out Beauden in the air, and Beauden lands on his head. Looks like he folded on himself. I thought Beauden's career could have been over here. Arendse also gets knocked out. Looks really bad. Arendse gets a red card for this, but he was taken off on a stretcher. Beauden walked off, which was kind of like nice to see. I thought Beauden, I saw Beauden's career flash in front of my eyes. I thought that could have been it for him. It looked pretty bad. So for the last about 6 minutes or so, All Blacks had to play with one player advantage, and All Blacks obviously gets a penalty from this. They get a line out for this. They throw their own ball in. The ball comes out to the center. David Havili and Quinn Tupaia is on the field for outside center, which I do think is the right decision because Tupaia is a much better outside center. So I'm really good to see that he's there, not for 12 but for the 13 jersey for Rieko Ioane. Maybe he's there because Jordie Barrett come off. Who knows? But Tupaia is outside center. Havili is inside center. Both players, Havili gets the ball and they both runs into each other. Like, yeah, how they run into each other, I don't know. The two centers runs into each other and gets penalized for obstruction. I don't know how this is even possible. Your outside center runs into your inside center, whereas your inside center has the ball. How is this possible? I don't know, but it happened. I cannot make this up. Comical. Anyway, so let's go to the end. Oh yeah, just before 77th minute, Caleb Clark. Man, he shows some brilliance. Gets the ball inside his own 22, busts through a gap. He runs down the field. Look like he's gonna score. Damien Valenza catches him by the jersey, tracks him down 5 minutes short, and then Chandler Frizzell picks the ball up, dunks the ball over the try line. First try for the All Blacks. 19 points to 10. Richmond gets a conversion from the sideline. And it was looking like maybe the All Blacks can score. The time is running out with a minute and a half left. Maybe the All Blacks can score another try. And then Billy does it. Billy LaRue does the try. The All Blacks were trying to run the ball out of their own 22 under pressure. Sam Cairns throws a pass to Fritzell. Maybe a bit too hard. Bounces off Fritzell's chest. Yes, I cannot make this up. This actually happened. The ball bounces off Shannon Fritzell's chest. Comical, right? Lands on the ground. And Billy LaRue runs in. Toes the ball forward. Right under the goalpost. Try time. Billy does it. Historical win for the Springboks. End of an era. End of the All Blacks. 26 points to 10. 45 minutes review. I might have to chop this up. Nah, I'm not going to do that. Thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. Like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, let me know your thoughts. Rest in peace. Rest in peace to the All Blacks.